keeping your mics on mute when not speaking. Please use the chat box to sign in with your name and your region. And use it if you have any questions, please use the chat box. We would like everyone to know that this session will be recorded. Please turn off your video if you do not want to be shown in camera. Now I would like to introduce you, Sherry Clark with the Willamette ESD, who's going to be talking to us about Kahooting your student to the top. Thank you, Sherry.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you so much for having me. And wow, this is a great turnout. I know it's Friday afternoon. We all know that. So thank you so much for honoring me with your time today. I really appreciate it. We had a second speaker, Brant Cheeley, and he is out today, out sick. And so he's not going to be here with us. But when I go through the PowerPoint presentation, I will still show you his picture. So you'll feel like you got to know him. He's our engagement specialist for college and career readiness. So I'm super happy to be here today. If we could take just a couple of minutes, I would just like to see who's kind of in our room today. And so if you guys wouldn't mind just open up your mic for just a second and telling us, you know, who you are and where you're from.
Hi, Cherry. It's Josue Ramirez from Region 26. I'm the graduation specialist. It's good to see you again.
Yeah, good to see you too.
Osvaldo Garcia Contreras. I'm the Director of Equity EL Services and Migrant Programs.
Wonderful.
In Region number 5.
Okay. Someone else brave enough to speak
Buenos
out?
dias. My name is Rosa Gilbert. I'm the Director in Region 6 of Migrant Education and ELL programs.
Great.
Hi, Sue. Hi, Michelle. It's so great to see you guys again. And everybody else también.
I'm Crystal Rojas from Nissa School District, Region 21, and I'm the data specialist.
Wonderful.
I'm also a data specialist, Kim Koffel from Region 26.
Welcome.
I'm Cindy, data specialist, Region 25.
Welcome.
Thanks.
Hi, I'm Tonya Sanchez from Region 3, and I'm also a data specialist.
Okay, lots of data specialists today.
I'm Bianca. I'm Bianca. I am a graduation specialist at Region 2.
Okay, welcome.
Hi, this is Yolanda Kenyon. I am a graduation coach, family outreach for Region 8. Nice to see everyone.
Hi, everyone. I'm Erica Trinidad from Region 15. I'm the middle school migrant graduation specialist.
I think we have a few more. Would you like to introduce yourselves?
Hi, everyone. My name is Lourdes Torres, Region 3. I am recruiter.
Okay, welcome.
Hi, I'm Sandy Price from Salem Kaiser School District, Region 27. I apologize, I don't have a working camera on this computer. And I'm a Director of School Improvement, and I oversee Title 1C, Title 3, and the Student Investment Account.
Great, well, welcome. Just a couple more people, if you just would introduce yourselves and tell me where you're from.
Hi, this is Amanda Cassian from Migrant Education Program for Region 6. I am a family engagement specialist.
Nice. Okay, anyone else? I know there's a couple more, but they might be still on their break or something, so we'll just give one more call.
Hi, I'm Cecilia. This is my second day in Nissa School District and the middle school graduation specialist.
Wow, that's wonderful. Well, I'm going to go ahead and get started then. And it was really good for me to hear kind of where you're all from. There's a couple people doing some middle school stuff. And so I might go ahead and just touch on some of the work that we're doing with that as well, which I hadn't thought of doing, but I will maybe add a little bit in. I'm going to go ahead and share my screen. And they said, hey, come up with a catchy little title. And I thought about Kahooting, because if many of you know, Kahoots is just a little game you can do with some of the information that you're trying to share. And it's also something that's free, that you can get a free account as well. Of course, free is limited, but it will serve you well, even at the free level, to be able to maybe send kids questions, or if you're meeting with a couple of students together, you can do a Kahoot. So we'll do that at the end. So that'll be kind of fun just to see where we're all at. Okay, it's not wanting to advance. Give me one moment here. I'll make it happen. So thank you so much for introducing yourselves and helping me to kind of know who's in the room. Today, we're going to cover some of the career pathway work that we've been doing here at the Willamette Education Service District. My name is Sherry Clark. I am the manager of Career and College, and I work for the Willamette Promise program. And in that capacity, we serve the schools with lots and lots of activities and opportunities for our students to learn about career pathways, to get engaged, to network, and do just a lot of different things. And I'm going to go through that process with you today. We're going to have some opportunities to explore, and then we're going to do some Kahooting at the end of that. So as I said, my name is Sherry Clark, and I also, the other capacity of my job is working with industry partners. And so over the past couple of years, I've been working strongly with industry partners to help develop a pathway for students to get more informed about their college and career aspirations in the future, and to get them more connected and ready for work in particular. And so we worked very hard to develop a regional plan strategically with our industry partners that would meet their needs and the needs of our students, because we want students to have more opportunities to engage. I mentioned earlier, but for those of you who weren't quite on yet, Brant Cheeley is not going to be with us today. He's out sick, but he is our engagement specialist. So I decided to leave his picture there so that if you do get a chance to meet him, you'll feel like you know him a little bit. He does excellent work. I really, really appreciate the work that Brant does. I try to strategize things, and then Brant really makes a lot of those things come to life. And so in my world, he's very appreciated. And I think he's the person that many of you will interact with if you're seeking information about the different activities and things that we have for students. So we try to focus on college ready, career ready, and life ready when we're thinking about our students. We try to, that's our whole continuum for college and career readiness. And as some of you know, there's been really a strong college for all philosophy in Oregon for a long time. And while we appreciate college and college going, and we don't want to stop doing any of the wonderful work we're doing around that and helping support students, we also want students to know that sometimes going right to work can be a really good choice for them as well, and that there are other ways that they can become career ready through their high school, through certifications, and lots of different avenues and ways for them to get connected with industry. And then sometimes that helps them also to pay for some of the advanced training that they might want to have. And in life readiness, I just put the OES down there. That stands for Oregon Employability Skills, because that's one of the programs that I'm going to talk about today that really transcends all three of those pathways as we're getting students ready. So in working with industry partners, as I mentioned, if you look over here on your left, this is really the career continuum. We want to build awareness activities, exploration activities. We want to help them prepare for work, and we want them to also have an opportunity to learn through work, whether that's an actual job or work-based learning that they're doing. So when we talk about these different aspects, I'm going to actually skip for a moment and come back to Oregon Employability Skills. So when we talk about virtual workplace student explorers, we have these virtual workplace student explorers on our website, and kids can click in, they find a company, they can click in, and they can learn about that company just all on their own. There's usually a couple of videos in there. There's information about the types of benefits that they have, if they have training programs that could be utilized by students in high school or directly after high school. Those are going to be highlighted in there. We're going to put some of their core values in there. We just really want kids to see those kinds of things over and over again. We want students to also be able to think about job applications. And so oftentimes they can click on a job application in the the Virtual Explorer, and they can look at the different announcements and see what kind of skills that these companies are looking for. At the end of the it's just a Google slideshow is what it is. But at the end of it, it will tell students when there's going to be a presentation by one of our industry speakers. And I'm going to be showing you a kind of a map, so to speak, of all the things that we have going on that will give you more information about those. But we have industry chats twice a week, every single week of the school year. And then we also focus on a particular career cluster once per month. So this month we're focusing on the National Apprenticeship Week. Next month we're focusing on business. And I'm going to give you access to a calendar of all of those events. And we use the same Zoom link for all of our events. So if you have that Zoom link, even if a kid stops in your office and you're like 5 minutes late, you're like, hey, let's join this right now. You don't have to go looking all over like, what's today's Zoom link? It's the same link every single time. We did that to prevent barriers from students being able to get in or causing you to have to go find, what's the link? What's today's link? What's Thursday's link? Always the same link. So we've done a lot of work, and I should say with Brant's help as well, in just streamlining that process. So those virtual workplace explorers and industry chats really comprise a lot of our awareness activities for students. I'm actually going to see if, go back one, sorry. The next thing we do in exploration is that students that have gone through the Virtual Workplace Student Explorer, again, that's on our website, and I'm going to show you those in a minute. They can attend the industry chat, and then they can get a hold of the company and ask to come out and spend time with the company. A Workplace Student Explorer is the third piece of this kind of continuum as we move down, but it's not a field trip per se. It's self-selected. So they're going to select a company that they really have a strong interest in understanding what's behind that front door on that building. And so students are going to be able to make an appointment, and they're going to be able to go out and see the company. Often the companies will tell them after the guest speaking chat, they'll tell them, hey, we're going to have this event on this day, and if you'd like to sign up, you can. We ask our company partners to not do this like a job shadow. We really want students to be able to go in and see everything that's going on in that company and not presuppose where they might want to land if they wanted to work at that company. So they get to see accounting and procurement and sales, customer service. They're going to get to oftentimes meet estimators and project managers and just everybody that's in that building. They're going to get to know something about who's in that building making that company successful. After they've done that, they can do a job shadow or informational interview, so they can sign up to do those with our companies. And then the next step we call preparing for work. So we've moved now from a student who's maybe been looking, but kind of has a little bit better idea about what they might want to do. And we create this industry connected projects. And that's really where the students in a classroom will get involved in a project. One of the projects we did last year was with John Hickey at Asphalt Pavement Association, and students did an estimating project, and then they came back and presented what they estimated the cost of that job would be. They had an industry mentor every single week that would pop on through Zoom and answer any questions that they had, and the teacher kind of runs the experience. And typically those kinds of projects will land in math classes. This particular project landed in some math, some engineering, some science, manufacturing and construction, because they're all using mathematical concepts and things like that in order to move the project along. And so students looked at it from a variety of perspectives based on the teacher and the course that they might be in at the time. Industry partners have asked us to kind of move in this trajectory because you've probably heard this too. They say, we have students that come out and they don't even have a clue what we do. Like they're not really ready to really look around and figure out how they might fit in our company. So we'd like them to have some idea before they come out, whether on a field trip or a self-selected Workplace Explorer, we'd like them to have a little bit of an idea about what our company does. So we created the Workplace Student Explorer so that students could go through and see a glimpse of what that company does, and they could find all of those on our website. The final piece of that is the work-based learning. You're probably hearing a lot about that because Perkins is, it's one of the requirements for our students in CTE programs, that we feel it's a good idea for all students to have a work-based learning experience where they actually get out of the school building and transition into the workplace, where they can really begin to hone in and understand the differences between the classroom and the workplace. But at the same time, they still have all of us to help them if they need some additional guidance. So that's our pathway. This is how our posters look for all of our presentations. And we do have them in English and in Spanish. And at the end, I'm going to give you an email that you can send to us and ask to be included. And we have a folder that all of this stuff lives in, and we're happy to open it out. We do have teachers on all of these chats, and so we don't feel that we have to limit them. And I have had people ask, can a parent attend with their student? And absolutely, we have not found a reason to limit who comes in. Now, you maybe as a graduation specialist, you might say, gee, maybe I'd like to check into one of these because I have a student that might be interested. Sorry. And that's why I prefer two speakers, but just get me today. So you're welcome as well. You're welcome if you think you might have a student that might be interested in a particular company, and maybe you have more time available than maybe they can't get out of a class or something like that. You're welcome to come. We do record all of these and we do put them on our YouTube channel so they can be accessed later on. So if you're looking for information about how do I get connected, how do I find out about what's going on in each and every week, how do I get a copy of that poster? What I would suggest you do right now, if you have your phone, take it out and take a picture of the phone here that says Branch Healy at WESD.org, because he's going to be your best contact. You can reach out to Brant, send him an email and say, hey, I would like to be included in all of the information about the different industry chats and things that you're doing. We also put out in that particular listserv other things that other people share with us that might be of value to students. So I'm going to take just a quick drink. See if I can clear my throat a little bit. So now I'm going to run us right back here to Oregon employability skills. As Oregon employability skills is the #1 thing that our company's partners asked us for. And they said, we can teach a student to weld, but we really can't always teach them to show up, be on time, communicate, collaborate, and so forth. So that little icon that you just saw that I clicked on that took me into this material, you can send Brant or me an email and we will send you that. And what it will happen is it'll come as an attachment to you. You can drag it over and put it on your desktop, and anytime you want, you can double click in there and you'll be right inside this folder that I'm showing you right now. So these are our Oregon employability skills. This is the post-secondary version. And I apologize, too much talking. All of our skills have, this is our brand new curriculum, by the way. It's been a remake from last year. So all of the skills have 2 presentations and they all have 4 traits. So this is adaptability lesson 1, has 2 traits, and then adaptability lesson 2 will cover the 3rd and 4th trait. We walk the kids through understanding what adaptability is. We give them an example of adaptability and how it would be used in the workplace. We go through and help them understand the changes in the workplace. And then this little symbol right here is the symbol that we use for an activity. So these are activities that students can do. There's a lot of good materials in here with videos and activities. And honestly, you can walk someone through this on your own. So if you're particularly a graduation coach and you need to help a student with one of these employability skills, you can you can grab that folder up. You can go through one of these with the student on your own. One of the key features of these is we always have a summary and we always have a tell your story. So we ask students to reflect on examples of how they might have exemplified this particular skill, and we challenge them then to put that on their resume. I'm going to tell you that I believe that some of our students that grow up in the migrant families are some of our hardest working, great work ethic. I mean, they understand work, but what often happens is they haven't learned to tell their story. And we want them to learn to tell their story. We want them to tell the story of the things that they've done with their family. We want them to tell the stories of the jobs that they themselves have had and how they have collaborated as a family, how they communicate amongst each other. We want them to tell those stories because that's going to prepare them for that job interview. If they can give an example of how they exemplify a particular skill. And sometimes I meet kids that honestly, I can take them almost to the end of this and say, let's just develop your story. So it's a key component. We go into the second trait and you'll see as I just scroll over here on the left, you're going to see some more videos, you're going to see some more activities, and then you're going to see tell your story again. After that, sometimes in here, you'll find extended learning. That means that the curriculum developers found additional material that was really, really very well done. That would be something that could be helpful to a student, but it just didn't fit within a classroom time frame. So what we did, so this particular curriculum, if it was taught in a classroom, might take 2 classes, okay? Because skill 1, skill 2, depending on how long the class is. But there is extended learning in case a person is going to use it, maybe over a week period of time, or maybe you are walking a student through this and spending time with them, and you feel like you need to go further. If you do, there is that opportunity to do that. Now I'm going to go back. Sorry, I've got our little bar right in my way here. And go back to the curriculum. And what I want you to know about our curriculum is we do have a middle school version here. So if you click on here, you're going to see the middle school version. We also have an asynchronous. This is something the student can work on their own. It's fundamentally the same curriculum, but instead of an activity where a student would be spending time in a classroom with someone, so if you're working individually with a student, you might enjoy this particular curriculum. So you're going to take the student through it in the same manner, but what you're going to see different in here is you're going to see times when we ask them to think about something. And we're also going to create a journal experience for them in here. So pull this up. So they'll be asked to create a journal, and then they'll be able to actually keep their journal, and they'll be able to go back in and talk with you about what's on their journal. So that's how that piece of the curriculum works out. I do want you to know that we have sent the curriculum out to a translation company, and we do expect to have it back within the next couple of weeks. And so I feel like I can really safely say that come the first part of December, you will see the Spanish version. Now, I'm going to go back here for just a second. And this icon over here that says educator materials, if I were to send you this, again, it would be an attachment. You would take it and put it on your desktop. And when we get the Spanish curriculum, I put it in the very same folder. So you might be surprised and go in there in a week and a half or 2 weeks, and you might go, oh, voila, there's the Spanish curriculum. As soon as we have it completed, this is the folder that we keep all of that information in. So it's just that simple for you to get that information. So I wanted to pause for just a moment before we do our Kahoots, and I wanted to see if you guys have any questions, because I'm not able, when I'm sharing, to monitor. I'm just not as fancy as some people. I can't always see the chat. So do you have questions?
And feel free to unmute your mics if you have any questions for Sherry, or you could also add it in the chat box and we'll read the question for you.
Okay, well, I'll go on and we'll do our Kahoots, and that might answer some questions. And then I think we'll still have a little bit of time at the end if you have questions. So let me pull my Kahoot up. Okay, if you have a phone or a computer near you, either way, you can always just join in another tab. Trying to share it here. There you go. If you know how to do Kahoot, you're going to go to www.kahoot.it and you're going to put this game pen code in, and you can put in any name you want. So you can be whatever you want to be. You can be Winnie the Pooh today, or Santa Claus, Snow White, Bluey. You can be anybody that you want. And you'll just sign in, and then we'll ask some questions and see who gets it. All right. Very creative. I'll wait for a few more. Okay, I'll wait one more minute.
And Sherry, while we let others continue to join in, I do want to read this message on the chat.
Okay.
That's for you. It says, "You've done a great job giving us a detailed overview."
Oh, thank you.
I know you can't see.
I know.
Screen,
Yeah,
but
thank you so much. And remember, we're going to give you access to all of these experiences. So you're going to have access to everything I've shown you today. Okay, I'm going to start with what we've got. And here's going to come your question number 1. So log into your answer, choose the color. Or choose the shape. Sometimes on the phone, it might be the shape because it's smaller. Okay, so we had 7 of you were right. It is awareness. So the first category of the career and college pathway is awareness. All right. We have some leaders. All right, and the answer is true. They are engaged in an awareness activity. Right. Well, it is true. They are engaged in an an exploration activity. They are engaged in that. Now, I asked this question because it's a little tricky, because awareness and exploration is really about the mind of the student. And that's why it, if they're ready, if they don't know what they're going to do, they're just building awareness. If they kind of have an idea and they're moving towards something, they're exploring. But either way, when they join that industry chat, they're doing one of those two things. So the answer could be yes in both cases. All right, our next question. Right. Well, it is a Workplace Student Explorer. For those of you who chose Virtual Workplace Explorer, the only difference is this is a visit. So the Workplace Explorer is them going out and visiting a company, whereas the virtual one is to them engaging just online with a preset information. All right. Awful Coffle 2 is still heading out there. Where can you find these experiences? Yep, you can find them on our website, and you can also go to WESD and put in WP for Willamette Promise, and you're going to get there either way. Ooh, we have a little change in status now. What is an industry connected project? It is all of the above, all of the above. Great going. See what happens now. Oh, Maria is really taking the lead here. All right, true or false? That is correct. They say it everywhere we go. Let's see where we're at. All right, Maria's hanging in there. Yes, you can. Most of the staff that work at the WESD do have access to it. And of course, they can get easy access from us to the new material, but you can ask them for the material as well. Oh boy, Maria's holding steady there. That is correct. We do not have elementary, and yes, we've been asked for it, and so it's on our minds. The one curriculum that I didn't mention to you today is the Foundations curriculum. Foundations is meant for students that may either have a disability or may just really be a strong figural learner who wants to do a more activity-based presentation of the skills. And we're very grateful to Oregon Portland Public Schools, I'll get it out there, who's really worked a lot on that this summer. And so we do have that. It's very close to coming out. You'll see it in the folder shortly. We're tidying up a few little loose ends on that one. All right, Rocco, can you beat Maria? You got to be quick. All right, December is the best answer. We might get surprised. It might show up next week, and it'll definitely be there in February, but we're really counting on it by the first part of December. Whew. Okay, getting closer. All right. Yes, it's all of the above. We really try to make everything that we do very accessible to students and those who are serving them. We've got two more. Yep. All of our events come in English and in Spanish, all those posters and information that goes out. Also try when we have a larger event where we have multiple speakers, we'll try to make sure that at least a couple of those speakers do present. If we have breakout rooms, we'll try to have some speakers that present in Spanish as well. Okay, one key component sure is. Let's see where we're at now. Oh, whoa, Maria, I think you've got this tied up, but we'll see. One more true or false. Did you learn a lot? There's no true answer here either, really. Truth is truth. Okay. All right. Well, thank you for playing Kahoots. I'm going to go back real quick out of here because the last thing I want to do for you is go to our website and show you how you actually find those work-based explorers. I'll do that quickly and then we'll take a couple more questions. So this is our Willamette Promise website. So just willamettepromise.org. And when you go on here, you can click on Control Tower and you'll see the Virtual Workplace Explorers. A couple things we have on here is we currently just have last year's, but we'll update this later. But you know, Portland did the virtual expo to go and students can access that on our website. These are all of the presentations and Brant is adding these literally every single week. So you'll see if we go, well, who should I grab here? I'll just grab Salem, please. So this is the basic format you'll see in every single one of these. So the first thing the student is going to do is be asked to think about what kinds of jobs they might see in here. We always have a couple of videos so that they can learn about what other people at the company do, as I was telling you earlier. Just some company culture. We like to talk about that to see if the values really align with the students' values. So they're going to see 6 of these on every one of these, some repeated, some different. We're going to talk about or give them an opportunity to look at what kind of benefits that they have. And this provides for some rich discussion with students if they compare different benefits. And they can click on here and look at some of the job opportunities where they can look at the announcements and just look and say, you know, I have these skills or I don't have these skills. These are the skills that I would lead with if I was interviewing, and these are the skills that I would probably need to work on between now and then if I was going to apply. This is the place where if the partner is going to be speaking, this one's a to be determined, but once we have a date, it will have the date in here, and the student will be able to click right here and register and be able to attend the event. If there are other things that the company is doing, like Peterson Cat has a program, some of our CNA programs that are out there, Friends View, some of those, they'll give information on this site as well. So that's how students get there, and that's how they get that information. So I'm going to put my email in the chat real quick for everyone. And while I'm doing that, if anyone has any questions, please let me know. Oops. Okay. Org. I put OEG. Sorry, can't multitask.
And feel free to raise your virtual hand or unmute yourself if you have any questions or comments.
Good job.
Thank you. I'm giving you Brand's email as well in case you didn't already take a picture of it. Okay, I think we have like 5 more minutes. If you have questions, let me know.
Is there any specific guidance for parents? I forget, I can't recall if you mentioned that.
In regards to like the activities and things like the virtual explorers and things like that, you know, parents are welcome to even participate in those if they want. They can grab the Zoom link and participate as well.
Okay.
They're all moderated, so we always have educators in there that are moderating and seeing who's there and so forth. So far we have not had any problems. I always think that you guys are kind of the experts in getting things out to parents. And so any tips that you might have for us, we are really open to those conversations because that's been an area that for the past couple of years we've kind of lacked in. And we are trying to get to that point where we're doing, you know, maybe a brochure, infographic, something like that. And so if you guys have ideas, again, we're really open to listening to what you have to say and how we can really best serve the communities of students that you serve.
Okay, if we don't have any questions or comments for Sherry, we want to thank you, Sherry, for taking time of your busy schedule to be here with us. And we really do appreciate that resources that you have for us. And, you know, thank you for providing your email. You guys can contact Sherry if you have any additional questions or comments that you might think of later. So please transition yourself to the main event for our closing. We are going to have our closing event with our speaker followed by migrant awards. So to access that, you're going to want to leave this session and click on the main event link. And if you look at it in the agenda, it's actually right above the time of 2:30. Thank you everyone for being here. We appreciate it.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Sherry.